Well, hello everyone. Hello, howdy. Welcome back to, I can't even say not Garden Warfare 2. This is technically Garden Warfare 2, but we're not going to only be playing Garden Warfare 2. I'm going to show you how to do something in Garden Warfare 2. I just need to stop yapping. Today, I'm going to show y'all how you can use mods in Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 after the anti-cheat came out. The way that you use mods now is very similar to the way that you used it before. It's just slightly different. There's a few different things you have to do. There's enough differences to the point where I can make a video to show y'all how to do mods. This is probably not going to be a long video because, to be honest, it's very simple to use mods. So yeah, let me just go ahead and show y'all how to do it. So obviously you're going to need some of the basics. You're going to need Frosty Mod Manager. This is the first thing you're going to need. This is how you load mods into the game. So you go to this GitHub. I will have a link for it in the description. This will have all of the Frosty tools. It will have Frosty Editor, which is how you make mods, and it will have Frosty Mod Manager, which is how you load pre-existing mods. For this video, you're going to need frostymodmanager.zip, so you're just going to want to go ahead and download that. It may take a couple seconds to download. Once it's done downloading, you're just going to want to go ahead and open it, and then you're going to want to just extract this folder to wherever you're going to keep it that is going to be in safekeeping. So just extract this folder however which way you're going to do that. Then once you extract it, you should have all of these folders here. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to open Frosty Mod Manager. Then if you have Garden Warfare 2 installed, you should just be able to click scan for games. It should take a second for it to scan your games, but then after that it will pop up with BFN, Garden Warfare 1, and Garden Warfare 2. So just click Garden Warfare 2 and click select. Whenever you first load Frosty Mod Manager, it will take a minute for it to load because it's going to load a bunch of files. So it might take a couple minutes for it to load the first time, but after that it should be instant like it just was for me. So yeah, just give it some time to load for the first time, but eventually you should be brought to this screen. Now here is where you load all of your mods. If you'd like to load a mod, you want to just go ahead and click add mods and then add whatever mod that you downloaded. So if I go to add mod, for example, I can add the Chester Chomper mod right here. A lot of mods will say that they are designed for a different game version. This does not matter. You can still load these mods perfectly fine. A lot of mods will just have this little like caution symbol here because they are meant for a different game version, but it still works with the normal version that has the anti-cheat. So you don't have to worry about that. So yeah, you add a mod that you would like, and then it should pop up on the left-hand side. You double click the mod in order to add it, and it should pop up on the right side here. If it's checked, that means that the mod is active. Unchecked, it means the mod is not active. Fairly simple, basic stuff. So let's say you have all the mods that you would like. Before you load Garden Warfare 2 with mods, there's a couple things you should do. The first thing you're going to want to do before you actually load with Frosty Mod Manager is download FrostyFix. FrostyFix is an app that fixes some issues with Frosty Mod Manager, and it also lets us launch Garden Warfare 2 with mods. This is how I launched my Garden Warfare 2 mods, and it works flawlessly for me. It also makes it significantly easier to launch Garden Warfare mods if you're playing Garden Warfare on Steam. I would recommend FrostyFix because it just makes everything easier. So you're going to want to go in the description to the FrostyFix GitHub. You're going to want to go to the right hand side where it says releases, click releases. You will see the release and then just download frostyfix.exe. I keep this on my desktop just because that's the easiest place for me to keep it. And you're also going to need one more thing. Right now with just normal Frosty Mod Manager, if I were to click launch on Garden Warfare 2, it will give me an error. If I launch with normal Frosty Mod Manager right now, it will create a file in the Garden Warfare 2 files that the anti-cheat will pick up on and not let you launch, but you are able to get past that extremely easily. In order to get past this, you are going to need to join the Garden Warfare 2 Frostbite modding server. I will also have a link for that in the description. Once you are in the Garden Warfare 2 Frostbite modding server, you're going to want to head to common issues in the support tab here. Then you're going to want to scroll up until you see this download for frostymodsupport.dll. You're going to want to go ahead and download that. It'll say potentially dangerous. It says this for every single type of file on Discord. I promise it's safe. It's just a DLL file. So you're just going to want to go ahead and download it. It doesn't really matter where you download it. We're just going to be putting it somewhere else anyway. And you're also going to want to make sure Frosty Mod Manager is closed. Now you're going to want to head to where Frosty Mod Manager is downloaded. Then you're going to want to take the frostymodsupport.dll file that you just downloaded from the Frostbite modding server. Just drop it directly in here like this. It will tell you if you want to replace the file in this destination. You are going to want to replace the file. And what this does is it stops Frosty Mod Manager from creating that file in Garden Warfare 2 that the anti-cheat picks up on. So it just stops it from making that so that the anti-cheat doesn't freak out or anything like that. Even if the anti-cheat does freak out, it's not like you get banned or anything. The game just won't launch. Also in your Garden Warfare 2 files, you may have a file called cryptbase.dll. If you head to where your Garden Warfare 2 is downloaded on your computer, this varies from computer to computer, you might have a file called cryptbase.dll. If you have this file in your game, you're going to want to just go ahead and simply delete it. The thing that we just did with the Frosty Mod Support DLL in the Frosty Mod Manager download, it makes Frosty Mod Manager not re-put that cryptbase DLL folder in our Garden Warfare 2 because that is the file that the anti-cheat picks up on. So this just stops that entirely. It just makes everything easier. So once you have done all of that, now you are ready to launch Garden Warfare 2 with mods. Open Frosty Mod Manager, click Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, click Select, pick the mods that you'd like to launch with, and simply just click Launch. Now, it does vary if you're on Steam or Origin and stuff like that. These are my launch options, and I play on Steam, so I just have none of them checked because the way that I launched the game is with FrostyFix anyway. So just copy my launch options if you play on Steam. Get the fuck out of here, Garden Warfare 2. I'm trying to show something. And there is a couple things that can happen here. Sometimes when I click launch right here, it will just load Garden Warfare 2 with my mods. And then sometimes it won't, which is why I use FrostyFix. So Garden Warfare 2 is loading up perfectly fine. So usually what I do whenever I'm loading new mods is I will just open the game with Frosty Mod Manager like this, but I won't fully load in. From this point, I usually just exit Garden Warfare 2. Then I will open FrostyFix, which is what we downloaded earlier. So at this point, you can just minimize Frosty Mod Manager. You don't really need it. I'm just going to open FrostyFix. And then what it will ask you is to select your game, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, and then I play the game on Steam, so I select Global. If you play on the Epic Games Store, click the Epic Games Store. If you play on EA Desktop, then click EA Desktop. I click Global because there's no Steam option, and Global has worked perfectly fine for me, and then you're just going to want to select your pack. If you just downloaded Frosty Mod Manager, you should only have one pack called Default. Your packs are right here. They're just different preset mods, so you don't have to keep reselecting and selecting. I personally only use Default. It doesn't really make any difference whatsoever. So just select the default pack or whatever pack you loaded your mods with. If you're playing on Steam, then select Global or just select whatever platform you're playing on, and then click Enable Mods. If you have something like Steam open or EA Desktop, it will close it and then reopen it. How you know it worked is it will say right here like the game that it loaded mods with in the pack and how it loaded it. So now I know it's working, so I'm able to go ahead and reopen Steam. Whenever you open with FrostyFix, it will not load the game for you. Now I can go open Steam and I can manually load Garden Warfare 2. Just click play. Sometimes it won't launch the first time you click play. Now it's loading the EA Desktop. It says preparing game. Whenever I launch with Global, it completely closes EA Desktop. It closes Epic Games. It closes Steam. So it does take a minute for it to load. In some cases, it just won't load. After it says the preparing game thing, it might just not open. In this case, that happened. So I just click play once again. And then as you can see, it is loading. This is the anti-cheat loading. I'm not going to get any errors or any pop-ups or anything like that. You will not get banned for doing this. The ban issue itself has been fixed. So it's not like you're going to get banned by other players either or anything like that. Obviously, I do not condone cheating in any manner whatsoever. I only condone use of cosmetic or just fun mods. And if you want to use a boss mod, then please stick the fuck to if you want to use a boss mod, stick to offline. Don't be an asshole and ruin it for everyone else by following this video. This is simply for people who actually are decent people and just want to either use some cosmetic mods online that don't harm anyone, or just want to use mods like Project Visionary offline. Now, FrostyFix is very cool for a couple reasons. One of the reasons is FrostyFix will just keep your mods loaded no matter what. I could turn my computer off and turn my computer back on, and I can just load Garden Warfare 2 and boom, my mods are there. As you can see, my mods like Dr. Chester are working perfectly fine. Obviously, if I want to load different mods, I'm going to have to load up Frosty Mod Manager again, load those mods, and then when Garden Warfare 2 starts to load with Frosty Mod Manager, I close it, then reopen it with FrostyFix. But then after that, the mods just stick. I use the same set of mods, so I don't really change them all too often. So I'm just able to load Garden Warfare 2, and boom, my mods are just right there. I don't even have to reload the mods every time I play. But yeah, that's about it from me today. Hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you were able to follow this tutorial pretty well. You know, I did try. I tried to make it as comprehensive as could be. So I really hope you were able to follow, and I hope you were able to get your Garden Warfare 2 mods working. The Frostbite modding server also has a channel just dedicated to Garden Warfare 2 mods. So if you want to go ahead and look at the mods there, then feel free to do so. Also, this Dr. Chester mod is now public. So I'm also going to link that in the description as well, because there's probably a lot of people who want to use this mod because recently I've been making some videos on him and just gassing him up a fuck ton. So if you want to use this mod, I will also have that linked in the description. And you can also follow the tutorial so you're able to use the mod. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Sayonara.